Alrighty. So, for the purposes of the recording and everything, anybody have a good recap they want to throw at me?
I believe Beck volunteered.
I did not. You guys were supposed to plan for
Fine.
that.
No,
I had
I'll
my
take
own.
it.
Yeah, you said it was
I'll
I
take
did
it.
not.
from your
Peru will
perspective.
take
We
it?
were excited.
I'll
So the
take it.
emotion reacted to
All
it.
right, Peru, hit us with a recap.
Last time on Duty and Diversion.
Oh my god.
Okay. Campaign starts. We start off with, I believe it was the new members that haven't played in your games yet being introduced, being Yu and with Akogi and Bojo outside preparing for the upcoming, what is effectively the Olympics, but for common, that is being hosted in an attempt to quell recent just unrest, because people don't like being kept up inside all the time, needless clan issues, blah 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 blah. I don't believe too much happens besides them just really talking to each other, learning that Pyu is also a fellow refugee from. I just had the name in my head and it just flew out.
Starts with an L.
Logo. Lavos. Lavos.
Yeah.
Yeah, the final boss to, the one game. Thank you, Brain. We then cut to a very climactic scouring of the vents between Peru and Cup, trying to locate Peru's missing staff that was taken from him by the king, Raz. This inevitably leads them to Beck's apartment, where we introduce Beck, who is the, I believe, not son but nephew of one of the, what is essentially the right-hand man to Raz, who I can't remember the name at the top of my head. He's quite old. He used to be the leader of this tree before Raz took it over, and he's been a faithful ally of his ever since. Beck here is an inventor. He makes things. He's a fucking nerd, and I'm taking those boots of his. Hey. Beck gets talked to by his uncle, Grandpa. I really can't. And is introduced to another fellow, our team manager, who his name I can't also forget. He is basically putting together a team to win, or at least try to win, this upcoming tournament. As soon as he finishes that, noises start coming from the vent, where Beck sends his little shrimp in to investigate, which then immediately it comes flying out and breaking on the ground. Somehow, mysteriously, it just breaks on the ground, nobody knows how. And then the vents collapse, and out comes Hero Landing, Peru, and Cup. The man, impressed by the acrobatic nature and the fact of a talking Gidon, recruits them into this merry band of sportsmen. Peru revealed that he knew some people who had experience in common ball and decided, you know what, hey, introduce me to them and let's get them a part of this team. Fast forward, we meet Akogi, meet up with Bojo and Peru, Puyu.
You.
And they all agree to join. Beck is not having any of it because he's a social outcast. He does not like being outside. I mean, look at him. Look how gaudy his outfit is. He thinks he's superior or something. Just you wait, I'm going to get those bits. What am I talking about? Anyhow. Eventually, the team gets together to determine a team name. And ultimately what's decided is we are team... Where's the name? It was recently posted. Where is it?
Y'all voted and you can't even remember the name.
It's been a month.
I'm starting to realize how many names I put in these games.
Oh my god.
It's been a
Team
month.
I remembered it just fine. What?
What was that reading?
It's right when you
Decora.
Team Bakura, which translated in normal Humi speech is Sky Star.
Skyheart.
Skyheart, yeah.
Oh, Skyheart.
Cora is heart in common. You know. Don't you speak your language?
Anywho. Eventually, the king himself comes out holding what is effectively the opening ceremony, effectively. And where, tragically, another common lady falls for the king, Raz, or Puyu is under his spell. Anywho. And eventually, after meeting some unsavory individuals from some of the other teams, they have all decided to head up the... If this is geograph? Fuck. If this is northeast southwest, we are going up the southeast tree route to Peru's neck of the woods. Of what was his name? I know it. Come on, brain.
Your clan lord Gatra? Yep.
Yeah, Gatra's side of the wall. Where they're going to spend the next week or so trading, because the first game has been announced, and it's a scavenger hunt. Out of 4 games. The other 3 being Common Ball, Racing, and then one of yeah. We ended off with us catching a plate shell to go up the wall.
Alright. Good job, Puru. Here's inspiration for you.
The other one is an obstacle course.
Obstacle course.
Alright.
Thank you for
And-
listening to my mad ramblings.
You got almost everything. Except for any of the names, you know.
Names are not important. In one ear, out the other.
Puru doesn't have time for names. That's crazy stuff.
No, this
He's
is
a-
just
he's a-
me. I need to be able to hover over tokens.
Yes. Alright. As the group hops aboard a plate shell and starts making it up the wall, let me move us to that. Doo-doo-doo. Let me know when you're loaded. Should be pretty quick.
I'm in, but the game is still paused.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Alright.
I'm
No,
in.
it's not.
Alright. As you guys, as a group, riding on the back of this plate shell, start making your way up the wall, you will note as you go past several of these houses that are built onto and into the walls of the tree, as well as the big constructed ribbing that juts out. There are houses on top and on the bottom of each of these ribs, and they are all distinctly colored with the trappings and clan colors of Gatra's clan, which is the one that Puru belongs to. As you can see, they seem to match his general attire as well.
Ugh.
As you go up, there's definitely a hustle and bustle of people moving around. The common are ever busy, going back and forth. There are young men and young women who will occasionally be seen shoveling a bit of snow onto the big Firestone lamp posts, keep them burning.
Yep.
Because the inside of the tree is dark, and Firestone burns bright as long as it's wet. And as you travel to the top, you eventually reach the platform where Gatra's tournament coliseum happens to be, and you're all set down on it as Baruka prepares to make her way back down. Well, she's going all the way to the top, picks up a couple other people from the platform, and then we'll make the rounds going back down.
Thank you.
you, Baruka. Hope you have a good day.
Of course, anytime.
We go and we at the head of the plate shale and hop off.
Mm-hmm. She will feed it a bug as it waits for everybody to pop off.
So where do we go? Where do we go?
Oh, yes. Well, the
Have the mental-
Colosseum, as it were. What was that?
Just have the mental image of Puyu running between Peru's legs, just running around.
The Colosseum, as it were, is just down this way, on this plateau. We're near the top level, but,
That was me. Sorry. Don't worry about it.
we're near the top level, and it's quite a spectacular view. Best view in all of our precious tree.
Whoa.
Please do not stand so close to the side.
Okay.
As you guys are making your way through town, and as Piryu, you look over the side, you will see that it goes just straight down all the way to the center of town. You can see people down at the bottom moving around. They look like ants from here. It's a good ways down.
They
But
look pounceable.
yeah,
Eyes dilate.
so the edges of these platforms have little grabbing handholds. You know, like climbing walls. How they have all those little like stones that are like bolted to the wall in different arrangements for climbing. Okay, it's kind of like that. There's little climbing bolts that go along the edges, and people will be walking, and then they'll just kind of climb down and then go underneath the platform. People will be climbing up and down from these houses. They're just kind of going back and forth, doing various tasks. A couple of people are carrying small carts full of Firestone. You would know that they don't store these in packs because Firestone lasts longer if it's not stored and reforged, because it messes with the molecular density of it.
Mm.
So you just know that not putting a Firestone in a pack makes it last dramatically longer. While packs are convenient, they tend to degrade things a little bit. But as you walk up through this bit of the town, there is a big construction taking up a whole lot of space, and it's got little streamers and flags all off it. Currently, it seems to be mostly vacant. Like, it's not particularly active today. A little bit quiet, but it is definitely not a house. It is bigger and more ornate, almost as if this building would be the pride and joy of this particular clan wall.
And here it is. The ever fantastic Gatra's arena for spectacular combat and other such extravagance.
It's amazing. Are we ready to go in?
Ah,
Can you
that's
teach
such
us
a
the
long
rules of
name.
the game? Are the
Fascinating.
cannons ready?
Yes, I can teach the rules of the game. It's quite a simple game.
As you travel into the building,
Just one word of recommendation. Do not look like a Kogi. The cannons like to go for it.
It is true.
all right. As you guys walk in to this arena, is everybody loaded?
I'm in.
As you walk into this arena, you'll see that there's this big raised platform, and there are 4 big lit cannon things. They look very much like the defense cannons near the on the outside of the main gate of Rubrandi, but they've definitely been heavily modified to fire something about a foot wide.
Is it a ball?
Yeah, it's about ball sized.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to be sure.
Yeah. At either end of this platform, which is about 10 feet raised off from the ground, there are sets of stairs that go up. The whole place looks very regal. There is stadium seating all around, and there's special seating up here, clearly intended for whoever's supervising the match. But right now, the place is vacant.
So,
nobody here.
to practice, do we want to do teams of 3?
Oh, we could do that. I could see if I can go find anybody around who's lazing about to need something to do if we want to have a full team to go against. I mean, we are meant to be operating as a team in the first place.
It is, yes, but some of us haven't played before. It might be nice if they didn't have to struggle against an entirely equipped team.
So there is no person inside, like beside us, right?
Yeah, it's just you guys. You've walked in, and it's an empty basketball court.
Okay.
So Peru, you said that we start at the white spots, but there are only 5 of them.
Well,
What are we supposed to
typically-
do with the extra person?
Well, it's typically a game of 5 and 5. In this case, perhaps they may make a special allowance for future games in this tournament, or maybe 6 people. But we'll have to see. Or we could go with the route of 2 Gidon in a trench coat, but I don't know how well that would go.
I think it's fine if we swapped out players every other round or so.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
it would help right now to have like you or Peru do coaching so that we can learn the winning strategy and have a good time.
Alright, I have an idea. Choose whoever you wish to go to. Come to Team Peru or Team Makobi. One of the 2.
I recommend
Alright.
we divide by size, a Gidon on each team, a row on each team, and a Ha more or less on each team.
That's not fair. That's not fun.
That seems reasonable.
Perfectly fair. It's perhaps not as fun.
Over here, Beck.
He is not paying attention to
Akogi
any of
needs
you.
you.
He is not paying attention. He has sat
Alright.
down next to this cannon and is scribbling notes.
He is studying.
Beck's on
Um,
my
it-
team.
All right, Beck, with your identifying of this mechanical object, doing your scans and everything, you realize that this cannon is on a timer. It's set that for every 6 seconds it will fire. It also has a laser targeting system, and it is set to sense motion and fire at the nearest target.
Ooh. How does
It
it
is-
sense motion?
It's what?
How does it sense motion?
It has a pretty basic motion sensor and a laser sight. So it basically it is a light based motion sensor. So essentially, shadows that move in front of it will affect it.
Ooh.
Bright lights will affect it. Things large enough to affect the sensor will affect it. We're talking bodies. Yeah.
Nice.
So while it is designed to sense even a small common, it will very likely pick up the Gidon because they're not that much smaller. But if based on your assessment here, if a Gidon and a common row were standing side by side when this thing was sensing, it would very, very likely favor the common row because they're just so much bigger.
Ooh.
So
Unless it's
if we'll be standing like on the exact same like distance,
Mm-hmm.
it will pick preferably the common row, right?
The larger target, yes, sir.
So
Okay.
a strategy that Beck might be planning is to have you guys, like, as quickly as you can, get next to a bigger target to keep it off of you. That's one of
Yeah.
the notes he jots down in his book.
But other than that, it's dodgeball the same rules, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's I posted a little rule blurb down in our D&D chat. I refined them since last time we played this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little more balanced now, but still, like, it has the same spirit of it for sure. Grappling works a little different in that you can still, after succeeding in a grapple, move up to half your remaining movement speed. If you want to try and pick somebody up and throw them off, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you pick up a dodgeball, you have to immediately use it as an attack or drop it at the beginning of your next turn. So you can't really do the whole picking up multiples unless you just happen to be next to two of them for a double attack.
And it's a little bit more of a King of the Hill style than dodgeball, because
Yeah.
getting hit by the common ball doesn't mean you're out immediately.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
stay in the ring.
Also, a critical hit is double the distance dice, because normally it's 1d6 movement. But if you're critical, then it's 2d6. Yeah, that's basically the gist of it.
So, Cup, are you on my team? Okay.
Oh yes. Wait, she's here.
Well,
I think it will be beneficial for us to.
No,
What
Cup is
would-
on my side. We are good friends.
Oh, fair enough.
He just sends over. Bro's just
Not to say we're not
my
good
best
friends, Joe. It's just I don't know.
Just, I imagine Puro just throwing me on the other side of the arena.
I'll take the
Dropping
2
it.
newcomers. You get the 1 newcomer.
Akogi taps Beck on the shoulder.
He stops writing and
courtyard.
looks at a cookie.
So, one of the best ways to study is to learn by practicing, right? Come on, let's get up on the stage. Go, go, go.
He glances slowly from Akogi to the set stage of who they are opposing, and he just turns right back to his notes and keeps writing.
Come on, Beck. Poke, poke, poke. It's a team game.
I don't.
We're gonna hit him with more common balls till he joins, right?
I would enjoy just sitting this out. Thank you very much. I'm pretty busy trying to come up with a plan for us. If you would like to not get hit in the face with.
Also, Puru, you don't have that. You threw the only common ball you had into the heavens. And you haven't
Yeah, but I
seen
got a
it since.
pack. I got a pack, right? I've got the schematics.
Do you?
Of course, I'm from Gotcher's Ball. I'm one of the star players.
Fair enough. Oh, hang on, hold off there. They're having a conversation.
Well,
Besides, you just might hit Akogi if you throw that.
Yeah, that's true. They are seemingly attracted to her.
it wouldn't be any surprise if I got hit. But really, I think you'll get a lot of practical knowledge for whatever it is you're writing about and planning. Come on. And she starts pushing. Push.
Shoving at him.
Yes.
You know how dogs just kind of like lay down when they don't want to do something?
Yes.
That you start pushing him and he just kind of like slumps down. Like he's sitting already, but he's just kind of like does not want to at all.
Just flattens.
Yes.
Especially with the size difference, it's much harder to do.
You really are quite an individual for this team. We'll work on it,
Ooh.
okay?
What does this button do?
Make me an Arcana check there, Puru. If you're pressing buttons.
Oh yeah.
Oh, can I have access to shrimp too, so I can move
Oh,
my little
yeah.
man?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let me do that.
Actually,
That's a 19. Not bad.
can shrimp be added to the dodgeball, or it's prohibited?
It can be used because it's Dex tool. It's technically a it's part of his kit, but it doesn't
Oh,
count
okay.
as a person.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Beck, this is not the same thing.
Alright, you, you find on the button, just around it, there's actually a small inscription that says, "Dump." You're pretty sure that if you hit that button, all of its current dodgeballs will be dumped out.
Yeah, that's not quite right.
But you do find a button nearby that says, "Turn on."
Are you ready?
I am
Heck, if
ready.
you do not get on this stage, I will drag you up here myself.
Well,
Ooh.
really, we should be nice. Give him a chance. Let him watch an episode, well, it's not an episode of sports. What do you call this? I was never very sporty in my last clan.
This is a common
Session, I
fault.
guess.
We turn it on and we run.
It's on. Alrighty. Okay, so let's see here. We gotta start. I think combat. So, do that, and you, and you, and you. And you, for reasons?
Reasons.
Alright! Cool. Because, shrimp is on the field.
Do you want to add the cannons to the order, or
Oh, yeah,
I don't know if
should
they're
be
on
the order.
different initiatives or if they.
I will
No idea.
put... Actually, hang on. I have just the thing.
Good.
Dodgeball. Why does it look so menacing?
It does. It looks really scary. Why does Beck have a star?
What?
Hmm.
A star?
Maybe it's,
Yeah,
Yeah.
on his.
Yeah, I see a
his
star
little
on his.
carousel.
No idea.
That's a good question.
Maybe it's like a special effect that
Yeah.
they
yeah,
have.
it's
Can like
like
order.
that's gotta be on his
Maybe.
tech.
Also, dodgeballs always go last, so this actually starts with Piyu.
Okay. So, we'll practice catching and throwing. First to 5 points wins, and you get points whenever you hit Beck if he's not in the ring.
That's me.
Okay, where do we stand? Is this good?
Yep, there's
Yes,
one.
you are standing where you are.
Alright. I will stand and ready to try and catch a ball.
Try and catch.
No
Alright.
fear.
Don't forget to start combat.
Oh, yes. No, I did.
Did
Why
you?
is it already my turn, man?
That's weird. It should be Puyu's turn. Hang on. Let's see. Hang on.
It does say round 1, but it is showing that it's on Peru's turn. I think that's
Why
just
is
because you rolled him out early or something like that.
Hang on. No, I reset initiative. That's not what I meant to do. Whoops. Okay, well, we'll just roll them again. Bye. Good thing it's a casual dodgeball day. Yes. Okay. Cool. It still says it's starting with Puru for some reason.
You have to actually start combat.
End combat.
That part, not at start combat.
I already had started combat. Puru, that's the thing.
I mean, you could
already
have just
done it.
cycled through everyone until you got to whoever
Yeah,
you wanted.
just point and click, and then it would start with that person.
It should, but it did not.
There's got to be a way to streamline this.
Hang on, I've got this. I'm just gonna move it to the next turn until we get it there. This is me knowing what I'm doing. Oh yes. Okay. Groups
Combat.
begin. There we go. Okay. So Cup actually starts.
Also, we need the dodgeball.
Oh yeah, the dodgeball. I left him out.
And we'll just say shrimp is the ball initiative.
Okay. Here we
No,
go.
no, it's all good.
Cool. And then I'll remove shrimp, and then Yeah.
Same initiative as shrimp.
problem solved. Okay, Cup. What do you want to do? Do you want to try and brace for impact? Do you want to be ready to dodge something, or are you moving away from being one of the closer people to a cannon?
I wonder if they're having internet troubles.
Currently driving.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have Cup move to the middle, and then
I'm sorry, I have like no connection.
you're fine. You're fine.
I'm about to be home soon.
It's
Okay.
a little practice round.
Okay.
May have her go to the middle.
Go in raw. She does not need any lubricant. She got this.
She's going in raw. Hang
Oh
on,
my
hang on, hang on, hang on.
I am.
So in that case, she can only move this far.
So
Punches in
she's-
the face.
She's moving in, and then she's gonna dodge because her plan is to go in raw. Okie dokie. So then, next is Beck. What do you do?
Can I hold my turn? If any of these chuckle fucks throw a ball at me, I'm gonna cast grease right next to them. So I'm gonna hold my turn until that happens. So as soon as they
Okay.
make an action against me, I will cast the spell.
Sounds good.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss.
No, you're good. Alright, Pew, you're up.
We're bracing. I
Racing
can
to
catch this.
catch. Alright. Akogi.
I don't want to get grappled by a Gidon, that would be bad. So I'm going to scooch over here a little bit and also brace for impact.
Alright.
Oh.
She's bracing. Bojo, what are you doing?
Okay, I'll
Yep.
stand in front of Cap and I'll be reacting. So whenever she tries to attack or like throw, I'll try to catch her like as a grapple as well.
Okay. Cool. So you're doing what? Are you're bracing to catch, you're dodging, or you're trying to grapple her?
I guess if she tries to move towards Akogi, I'll grapple her. Yeah.
Okay.
Direction.
Sounds good. Okie dokie, and Peru, you're up.
How much I can get? Ah!
Oh no.
I will attempt to grapple Bojo.
Okay. So that's an athletics check against his let me see what his best one
Last
is.
mistake.
What?
Let's see, he's got acrobatics, so he's going to contest that. Yep, he's too slippery. Can't get a hold of him. Alright.
Bojo, did you put on some more pounds? I can't pick you up.
Alright.
Roll
And
water.
it is now time for the cannons. We're gonna go clockwise, starting with this one up here. The closest person to it is Piryu.
Uh-oh.
So since you are bracing, it is going to fire at you with laser precision. Make me a strength. Was it? Let me go check my rules.
It's DC 15. If I'm
be.
reading that right.
Yes. It'd be a DC 15 strength saving throw. Hey,
Wow.
as it fires its ball, boom, you catch it and are barely moved. You now have this dodgeball in your hands.
And I have to throw it right now, right?
You can throw it at the beginning of your next turn.
Ah, my bad. Okay.
And then, this one starts to rev up and fires at Peru, who attempted to grapple, and so he's not bracing. So now, you have to dodge. That's a DC 10.
Yeah, it's check. How do I click it on this?
But if you dodge, it keeps going, which means Cup will also have to dodge because of how it's lined up.
Oh.
Ah!
Okay, you dodge it. Cup, I'm gonna have you do a dex save as well. Yep, you dodge it as well. That ball keeps going and flies off the field. Bounces down over here. Okay, this one revs up, initially points at Akogi, and then immediately turns and
What
points
the
at
heck?
Beck, you are closer than Akogi is, because the people up in the stands would be far away. But you're right here.
Oh no.
He's learning.
Make me a dex save, please.
Gotcha. Dexterity.
Yeah, that fails.
Shit. Just by one, I'm so mad.
Bang, you're hit and moved into this wall. You don't take any damage. You just got blasted as it turns its attention back to the field.
Interesting.
This one also sees Pew. She is still bracing for impact, so make me another strength check. Strength save.
Mm-hmm.
That does not pass.
Wait.
As a see here, dodgeball falls here. However, you are knocked back 1 space.
Was
Thought
I
it was
still
a
have
D8
mine,
for the
right?
Cannons.
Yes, you still have yours.
Okay.
Okay,
Hey dear.
then
Was it
Yes.
1d6 or 1d8?
is it 1d8 now?
Well, you wrote it down 2 different ways. You wrote a failed dodge or brace means the ball hits you and you're moved 1d8 squares opposite the cannon. But if you're throwing it, you wrote
No, I think the cannons do 1d8 and throwing does 1d6.
yeah.
That's right.
Because we're a little weaker than the cannons.
Okay.
Not that
Well.
I'm not trying to hurt you.
No, you're right.
No,
You're right. This is
We're all learning.
We're training. Alright, hang on.
Gotta train the
if-
DM.
If this is higher, we'll split the difference in half. Alright, so it's really not. You're really only moved the 1.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's half of 3 is 1.
Wee.
Okay, and that's all the cannons. Which means it is Cup's turn again. As you are currently standing right in front of Bojo and right next to Puru. And Bojo seems ready to grapple you if you try and move towards Akogi.
And like a basketball player trying to block you.
Yeah. He's blocking. He's got moves. Sorry, Astra, you there?
Well, if she's driving,
Kinda.
she might not have a chance to reply.
Probably driving. It's all good.
I'm here. I'm sorry, my phone. Hi,
Oh,
what's
okay.
up?
You're being blocked by Bojo. What are you doing? Are you trying to catch a ball, or are you trying to grapple him and push him around? You're going all in.
I'm going to try to catch a ball.
Okay, bracing for impact. All right.
Bracing for
Good.
impact. And I will be home in like 10 minutes, maybe
Oh,
sooner.
excellent. Very cool.
Yes. I'll be home very, very soon.
All right. Next up, Beck. What you doing?
So, casting a spell through Shrimp. Controlling Shrimp is a bonus action. Is casting a spell through Shrimp an action?
Yes.
Okay.
Or does it depend on the spell, I guess? Or no, because you're already using your bonus action
Right.
to use
exactly.
it through Shrimp, so even if it's a bonus action spell, it has to be an action.
Correct.
I am going to make my way. Actually, wait, how much? Got 30.
You move 30.
Oh, I got base. So I will move
It's good
here.
out there.
Yeah, and then I'm going to do... I want to know more about the inner workings of both the machinery and how the game runs as I'm watching them play.
Okay. As far as your techie skills go and understanding how this works, it seems to be on a timer, and then each of the cannons, starting at the top left one, fire in clockwise order at the closest person to their sensors. The balls have a kind of kinetic jaunt to them. They're not really meant to cause damage, but when they make contact with something, there's a pulse that is intended to knock you back. If you're strong enough to resist it and stay on your feet, you can catch it. But otherwise, the cannons themselves have kind of a on little Hot Wheels tracks, how you got the like double spinning wheels that shoot, kind of like a baseball launcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how those work. If you braced.
And
Yeah.
is brace a bonus action or a full action or a move action?
It's technically a saving. What do you call it?
Reaction?
Like a reaction, holding your action for when a
Okay.
ball comes your way.
Mhm.
So if you're braced for a ball to come your way, and then somebody steps in front of you and braces, they're probably going to be the ones to get it, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, there's a trickiness to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just making sure the action economy.
Yeah, as far as Beck understands, this game is deceptively simple. And the machinery behind it is also deceptively simple. It's brutish and strategic, but mostly brutish.
Would the Arcana skill check allow me to start formulating something to defend against it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's all kinds of potential ideas. Having suits that are reflective in a way that deceives the sensors, potentially. Having I don't know, some kind of footwear. The sky's the limit, really, when how you want to solve the particular issues. But really, what you're looking into is ways of deceiving the sensors, or making yourselves more difficult to be moved, or a variety of things like that.
Mm.
There's all kinds of potential solutions. I'm gonna let you be the creative on that one.
All right, perfect. Thank you. That's my turn. Yay!
Okay. Awesome. Pew, you have a ball.
Mm-hmm. So, Peru, should I pass it to you or should I throw it?
Go ahead, throw it. Just make sure to move into a good position.
Mm-hmm. Can do. 2, 3, or 3. I think right there, and we will try and hit a Kogi with it.
Throw it at a Kogi. She's basically a magnet.
I just got home, so I'm gonna leave the call for like 5 minutes. And I'll be back in here soon.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Hoppa!
Ah, that hits. That hits. Alrighty. Oh yeah, good.
Oh, no.
And that goes
Classic.
all the freaking way off the stage.
I'm
Point
out.
for Pew. 2, 3.
Point for Pew.
I scream dramatically. No.
Good hit.
No.
We'll go there, and we will brace.
All right, bracing. Kogi, you're out.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
I guess I need bad inspiration.
Right?
Maybe this
Yeah.
is fun.
So as a Kogi is removed, from the stage and the original lineup, the cannons stop recognizing her. Alright, Bojo, you're up.
Okay, since I'm 3 versus 1, I'll use my astral arms.
Alright. Here he goes, as he starts to glow with superpowers. Hence unknown.
Yeah, although I'll make my arms not close, but soft pose to not harm you.
Okay.
I can make my own like shapes of the arms. So it'll be like soft pose.
Soft paws. Got it.
Yeah.
And then what will you
Okay.
do?
And I'll try to grapple with the cup, trying to throw her out of the arena.
Okay. Cup will attempt to resist.
So the roll for strength is wisdom modifier because of my arms.
Nice. Okay. Roll for it.
I think you have to
Yeah,
help
you-
Bojo.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
You see, you get to play with
forget.
dolls today.
I get to play with dolls today. Haha, I'll just bang them together.
Mhm.
Here we go. Okay, so this is going to be with his wisdom. I'm going to roll athletics, but I'm going to add his wisdom, which is a +4. So there's that. Oh, that's a 1.
Oh,
Critical failure.
okay.
Cup,
I
is,
did, I guess.
Cup just has too much manic energy to be grabbed.
I guess my paws are too soft.
Too soft. Too soft. All right. Are
Okay.
you moving or anything, or?
Okay. Do I? How do I say it? Forget the word. Do they do the opportunity action, something like that?
If you move away, they could make an opportunity attack, but I'm gonna say only if they're holding a dodgeball, because they'd have to drop it at the beginning of their next turn. But if they hold on to it, then if they have an opportunity attack, they can take it. Right now, none of these have a ball in their hand, so you're safe.
Yeah, I'll move towards the center,
Okay.
closer to Puyo,
Whoops. People zooming me.
and like in the middle between Cap and Puyo.
Okay. Right about here.
Yeah.
Very good. Excuse me.
Bless you.
All right, that's that. Peru. Bojo just dodged between you guys. What do you do?
Aha! I see.
You activated my trap card.
Yes. Let's see.
Yeah,
Aha!
he runs over. I assume you pick up this ball.
Yes. Then I'll
Okay.
use my secret technique.
Throw it up back.
No. Bonus action dash. Haha!
Ah, very clever. Uh-huh.
And now, truly, the Thorn at Bojo.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, it's a
Oh,
crit.
I see.
be
Dude,
gone!
No.
Oh, he's gone. He's out. Whoa.
Oh,
All right.
Aha! Now then, nope,
yay,
no, go
great.
back up. Now then, you will take me on.
Okay.
It's my turn.
That is in your turn.
Bojo looks at his astral arms in disbelief.
As it stands right now, Kiryu, Puru, and Cup are all on the same team.
Oh yeah, but then Peru is like, now you must take me on.
Ah,
So
I
the
see.
team has changed.
I see. So the dodgeball cannons continue to whir up. This one is going to fire at Kiryu. So you're bracing. Make me a strength save. Ooh, that's not enough.
Uh-oh.
So, let's see here, 1d8. Pow! You're move back 4 spaces. And then, This one will rev up, and it will fire at Cup. Cup will make a... you have to dodge because you weren't bracing, so...
Could you please roll for me my
Yep.
My foundry isn't wanting to load.
You get hit as well.
Yay!
So, here's 1d8 for you!
Right into
You are
Peru.
moved straight into Peru. Peru, make me a strength save. As Cup weighs way more than most
Oh
things.
no!
Hey, guess what? She gets shunted this far, you get shunted the rest of the distance.
Ah!
And then this one will rev up, and it will lock eyes with a Kogi.
But I'm out.
Yours?
No,
oh, yeah, that's right.
recognized
It didn't
that Kogi was
recognize
knocked
you. Let's
It's
see.
between Beck and I think.
I think that's still
Yes.
back.
Beck is 35. Kiryu is 40. So Beck is getting fired at. Beck, make me a dodge, please, a dex save.
Didn't you also roll the one last time?
Oh my god.
No, you
No,
rolled
you
a
really,
crit.
you really crit to hit me.
Beck gets shunted over once again as he's mid conversation with a Kogi.
Just gets nailed in the face again.
And then
That's
this
so
last
funny.
one revs and fires at Peru. So
That's
you have to dodge, so that's a dex save, yes. DC 10.
ah!
He dodges. The ball keeps going, doesn't hit anybody, flies off the stage. Alright.
Do we have the ball that hit Cup over here?
Oh yes, the ball that hit Cup is currently there.
Also, the
Um,
ball I hit Bojo with, he would have.
Would have been around here. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. Cup, kind of getting the gist of this whole thing, is going to pick up this
Grab the
dodgeball
fireball, Cup.
and is going to aim at Peru.
I believe Astra's here though.
Astra's
Yeah.
here.
My the foundry's not working, so
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
She's still loading.
I'm fighting with God right now.
Get him,
Alright.
Cup.
Let's see. Coming ball. Pow!
Ah. That definitely hits.
It hits. Excellent. Very good. There's a free for Cup. Cup. Sends you a mental image of flowers because you're still active.
No, that would have turned off by now.
Alright, you guys have beat Peru.
Alright, how do we stop the game?
That's it. You've won.
Yep, that's it.
The
He announced himself, so there it is.
You can see Cup. She kind of runs around in circles, and she's ecstatic. She's not quite sure of the whole concept of winning, but with everyone else's reactions, she thinks it's a good thing.
yes. Good job on
He's
your
the
first
best.
try, everyone.
That was so much fun. I'm sorry I knocked you out so quickly, Kogi.
Well, that's classic. It happens pretty much every time.
As you guys are celebrating and having all sorts of fun, a shout comes from over here on the steps coming down the way. As this woman seems to be yelling something on her way down the stairs. Hang on. That's what she looks like.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Lady.
Are
We'll
you
look at
kidding me?
Kogi.
What are you people doing here? As she'll just kind of walk down to here and then hop the full 20 feet down and land down in the pit with the rest of you. She is a common rope. She is slightly taller than Puru is. And just kind of struts up to you.
Honey.
I ask again, what are you doing here?
Practicing.
Practicing for the second game? You should be
Yes.
practicing for the first one.
Well, we have a week.
She will clip her nose with her fingers and kind of groan at that. a week. Look at you. That you are clearly obsessed with this game, and she'll point at the
Yes.
at the court. It would be like one of Gatra's clan to be so. The rest of you, I don't know you. I don't know you. And she'll kind of glance at Beck. I'm not sure if I know you or if I've seen you before. You look kind of familiar.
He fixes his glasses but doesn't say anything.
In any case, we have a much bigger problem. It's those two, and she'll point at the two Gidon.
A couple
I-
stare at her wild-eyed.
They're not a
I
problem.
wave
Oh, it's
I
okay.
wave
They're
my
nice.
soft paws to her. And they
She kind of looks at them and makes. Make me an insight check. There, I'll hit it for you there, Bojo. Hang on, you've got pretty good insight. Let's see here.
Can everyone make an insight check?
Yeah. You
oh,
guys can
20.
20.
I'm very
21.
insightful.
Kind of one up you.
All right, Prue and Bojo, you can both tell pretty right off the bat that she kind of looks at Bojo with the kind of eyes of somebody who sees a dog, at a party, like a big dog, and is not sure whether he's going to try and steal food from her plate or not.
Bojo and Kappa are very rationalized, alright? Don't give them a hard time.
Not everyone thinks so. As she says that, Pita will follow down those stairs, and he will, how did you down? I jumped.
I'll grab Cup's hand and kind of guide her
Couple,
over.
instead of walking, she will hop.
Mhm.
She will hop
Yeah,
behind you. As she is staring directly at this woman, very intrigued.
Oh, it's okay. Pet, pet.
She will,
I'll try
She will
to go towards the woman and greet her politely.
okay. How do you do so? How politely?
I'll make a small bow and I'll greet her like greetings. I don't know if you are a contestant as well, but if you are, it'll be a pleasure to fight with you.
Ah, it speaks and everything. Oh, very strange.
This one can too.
Pita will
As we're
glide
heading.
down as he basically rides Shrimp down. Hold him like an umbrella, like he's Mary Poppins.
I love that. I love that so much. Cup just makes like a clicking sound with her beak, as she no longer wants to speak. She doesn't like these people.
Ah, my apologies. Pita will speak up. My apologies. This is one of my daughters. This is the Oro. She is impulsive and strong-minded, but she is my second when it comes to preparing all of you for the tasks at hand. I might as well be the first for all the preparation that you've been doing. You went in and you signed up, and you signed the names of two Gidon. What kind of names are Bojo and Cup?
That's their name.
Yes, well, it was noticed almost immediately by the organizers. They're asking us to come in for an assessment of our team composition because you put two Gidon on the team sign-up, and now they want to know why. Well, I didn't think it would be a problem. They seem sociable enough. Yes, this is a common competition.
It's to build friendship and bonds. And we can all work together.
Cup will follow Pew, hopping.
Fist bump. Bojo.
Fist bump.
Yeah.
With my astral softball.
Yes,
How
well,
soon?
immediately, as soon as we can gather up and go. They want us to gather in the palace court.
Let's all get together.
Oh.
Let's assemble and venture forth.
Beck is gonna put a hand on your head. Do you fight him?
No.
He's gonna place a little trinket on you and cast Disguise Self. So it's gonna make you look like a little common.
Cup will stand there, look up, look around, and give a big ol' stinking grin. Truly, she's become a common.
Hmm. How long does
Ooh.
that end? How long does that last? 1 hour? 1 hour.
Yep.
Okay. Should be enough time.
We have an hour before the energy is depleted.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, see-
do I still have the belt from the
You-
last game?
You do. It also gives you disguise for about an hour before it needs
I
to
need to grab
recharge.
my
Yee.
headset charger. I'll be back.
Okay.
I
This.
also need to use the restroom. I'll be back.
All right. This is
Although,
incredibly irregular. You think this disguise will span the entirety of the competition?
I think it'll be enough for the battle, and then we'll charge it.
In any case, we do have to go and attend this assessment regardless. If we can convince them that Cup and Bojo are perfectly normal names for common to have, then perhaps we'll get away with this. Alternatively, we could attempt to reason with the organizers and explain that for some reason Gidon should be allowed, but I hardly imagine that'll go well. I don't think it would go badly. I think the chances are there of success. Oh, after all, these two speak. They are very social. They are nice. That one's a little bit rabid, but not in a bad way. A little bit. Look at her. She skitters. Even looking like a common, she looks like a common adult, and she bounces around like a child. They're going to know something's up.
I think I would like to try and be honest and talk to the organizers about expanding it for the Gidon as well. I mean, we're going to be living in the tree and everything now, and we finally have an opportunity to get to know them and understand them and not be eaten.
Honesty is the best policy, they say.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can probably read
I
minds anyway. I mean, the king has all the cool, like, swords and everything. We probably can't lie to him.
Do you
Beck
think
is
that
disappointed.
man sees anything beyond his own ego? Is that what you think?
Yeah!
He just sighs.
Beck is disappointed that the disguise will be worthless in that case.
I am not. I have the disguise specifically here for your choice. Should we not alarm anyone walking into the palace, we can choose to tell them outwardly once we are there. But I would rather not cause a scene with two Gidon walking up to the area.
And it can be good for other things as well.
I forget, young Beck. Was your grandfather still in the room when Puru and Bojo and Cup fell through the ceiling?
No, he is of course a busy man and only stays when he needs to. If he is done with his work, he usually is off to go help the king.
I simply bring that up, just in case he wouldn't give us away because he wouldn't know. all would be well. And Doro immediately like shoots like a death glare at Pata. Sire, are you kidding? That's not going to work. Someone is going to find out.
I think if you would like, we could try reasoning with them. I may or may not be able to talk Bajeo into talking to Raz about the considerations of this arrangement.
And we have good considerations too. I mean, think how much like better our life is since we started working with the plate shells and everything.
So, working with the plate shells, we feed them bugs, and they chase bugs up and down the tree. They're animals.
Yeah, and we had to learn how to work with them and how to guide them to do what we want by watching them.
Are
And we do
you
it with some other bugs too.
Are you considering claiming that Cup and Bojo here are nothing more than animals?
trained pets? That's to be completely honest, if I am to be fair here, the only Gidon I've ever seen were definitely animalistic, at least. They're feral.
And would you rather meet more of those that want to eat you, or more of these that want to play games together?
I will be frank, I am honestly just confused about the fact that these two want to play games and are not trying to eat one of you or drag one of you off.
They're civil.
Yes, I see.
They speak. They can
I'm
talk.
not saying they're not. That it is simply very strange, and I feel like this conversation will happen repeatedly in our endeavor here if we're going to be using Gidon in our team, as she'll shoot another angry glare.
Will we?
Ojo! Oh, sorry, Akogi, go ahead.
Well, will we be disqualified for lying about their identities?
I'm sure that lying about their identities will raise complications. Who's to say what it will actually do?
So then it's just best to say the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Ojo, Cup.
I mean, the worst that comes out of it is we would have to find 2 new members.
I feel like the discussion on their future should be decided by themselves.
There is a saying in our monastery, everything happens for the first time. So I guess we can tell the truth and show people that we are friendly and we're able to communicate and build a connection with them.
Do you really wish to live amongst common? If this is true, I will put my name at stake for you to be allowed to play in these games.
Yes.
It's settled.
Really?
Cap didn't speak, so what's your opinion, Cap?
Think of this. Oh, hey, she's back.
Yep, I'm here. I need a little catch-in because my headset was off my head. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Basically, full catch-up. Doro thinks that it's dumb to have Gidon on the team, but you guys seem nice. She does not think that you should try to be disguised. She thinks we should be upfront about it, and if they say no Gidon, then we kick you out. Her dad thinks that disguising you guys and then apologizing later is the best course of action. Beck is offering to put his name on the line to convince the council that you guys are all right.
Up will listen to Beck's offering. She has grasped the concepts of someone just being nice. Well, I don't really know, like, if I want... I mean, yes, I want to be a part of the society, I guess, but not... I don't want to be treated like that. She kind of points over to the lady who was talking so poorly. And if that's going to be expected from everywhere I go, I don't know.
I think you're overly worried about the future. This is a simple situation of maybe, as you can play these games and be a civil person who can follow the rules and everything and show that you can, then perhaps Gidon, like the two of you, will be more commonly accepted in the future.
And not
And
breaking
don't-
into houses. Looks at Cup, looks at Peru.
Well, and if you guys win, you get a wish.
That's true.
Can we go? Or we... Oh wait.
In any
So what do we
case,
want to do?
Yes, we have to go soon, so whenever you're ready.
Sure.
All right.
And as Lady declared, there's a first game, and I think we need to prepare to it as well.
How exactly is
Gathering
one
the-
supposed to prepare for a scavenger hunt anyway?
Oh, well, you see, the scavenger hunt is actually organized by our clan, so I could give you kind of a rundown of how it works, strategies, things to watch out for. Any questions that you have, simply let me know. Peta is not particularly good at this game, but it is one that is common among our clan. It's how we train for hunting and gathering safely.
How is there strategy in a scavenger hunt?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
I suppose I'll be surprised then.
All right. As you guys load up and go to the edge of the platform again, let me prepare this scene a little bit. And you guys are riding another plate shell up the wall. Ooh. Let's see here. Got to set up a couple of people. Okay. And okay. Do. All right. As you guys make it to the top of the platform, there is a bridge that leads to the center of this. It's kind of like a multi-tiered cake that comes down from the center top of the hollow tree, and there's 4 bridges that kind of meet at the center of it, leading to the palace of the king. You are met by a greeter at the bridge, and then led through some hallways into this map. And let me know when you are loaded.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Man.
Put them over here. Gotta move these. All right, and I'll move you as a group when you're ready.
Oh no, it's them.
Yes.
What is with the full body art there? It's just
It's just it's just a snip from the comic. But as
I
you
don't
guys,
see it.
as you are, as you guys are here, if everybody's loaded. Anybody not loaded?
Oh, you are you loaded?
Is she still AFK?
Oh, she's AFK. Okay.
Oh, okay.
We'll wait for her a little bit. But as you're coming up the way, you're guided across the bridge and through hallways by this girl, who introduces herself as Vondi. She has bright red hair dyed the same color as the king's. Or is it dyed? It's hard to tell because it's both her entire head of hair, her entire tail, which is strange when hair dye is used by common. Usually they'll dye bits and pieces of it. Very rarely will they do the entire thing like Puru does, where they take a bath and dye. But Vondi is head to toe the same color hair as the king.
Does Beck recognize her?
Yeah, you've seen her around a little bit. She's kind of hard to miss. She's loud. She talks constantly, like there are no periods in her paragraphs of exposition. As she yaps and tells you all about how great the bridge that you're going across, and it's her favorite bridge because this is the South Bridge, this is the Love Bridge, this is the one where
I'll talk about. Can when y'all send me the link that you guys are using, because maybe the links I'm using are like outdated or something.
Maybe.
Are you using Chrome?
No.
Use Chrome. Open up Chrome and see if that works better for you.
Yeah.
Chrome.
We've had a lot of trouble with the link today.
It has been a little weird today. It might be my own internet power. Who knows? It's been a little funky with the storms lately. That might be part of the blame.
Yeah.
I had the problem with it as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna see. I'm just trying to get in because I really want to get this done.
Yeah.
Like get this in so I can move Cup around and be an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, Vondi is leading you guys the way through the hallway. She's
that works. Thank you.
She's incredibly ecstatic about having new visitors and somebody to guide around because she is, in fact, a tour guide. This is what my job is, and this is what I like to do. And last week we had very interesting visitors. We got to lead them all the way through, and then the king had a actual duel with one of them, and then the other one didn't want to have a duel and just kind of handed his sword over, and now the king has 3 swords, and it's crazy. He didn't want the first sword for some reason, even though it was also fiery. Very strange. But this is the Palace of the King, and recently it's been having a lot of visitors back and forth as she kind of leads you guys through the halls. As you are coming into this area, she will say, "This is the Hall of Stories." As you will notice, to either side, there are all 6 recovered main statues of the kings of the past. As you'll see, all these kind of terracotta, reddish clay statue figures on each of these 6 pedestals, representing different common, who are all holding different long swords. Above and around them, there are various tapestries that seem to represent them and feats that they've accomplished. There are little plaques that kind of describe a little bit of each of them. And I'll let you guys look at those if you want, but Vondi kind of charges ahead and waits at the door.
I admire the statues.
Mm-hmm. They are old. Not super duper old. They not old. The stone seems to be relatively new, but most of them are heavily damaged. One of them is missing its arms, and the sword portion of the statue is actually sitting on the floor across its feet. One of them is missing a head and is unrecognizable by its face. However, in the tapestries around it, you will see that a person holding the same sword that it holds in its hands is a common with white hair. They have green dye streaks in their hair, and they seem to be slightly taller than the others around them. Now, whether this is a artistic representation in the tapestry about them just being superior or the king or whatever, hard to tell. But if anyone wants to investigate any of these, that's a history check. Totally up to you.
Yeah, I'll investigate that one.
The one with the missing head?
The one that's got the green strips in it. Yeah.
Right. One moment, please. Mm-hmm. What'd you
I
roll?
have
History for that same one.
Okay.
Ah.
I'll try 2, even though my intelligence is like 10, so
Yeah. Okay.
average.
All right. So, Beck, with your history of that particular statue, the one with the missing head, you will see that it is holding the Pumoha Kaiorl, the Kaiorl of architecture. The plaque details a little bit about the original owner being a Tesgin Ea Pumoha. And also, you would know that this was also the last user. He was definitely one of the ones that... he was one of the 6 original Common Kings in this territory, just when they were starting to get very organized and have a united kingdom of the Common, just before the Meganis invasion. So some of these people are suspected, if they're they're young enough that they could still be alive. They would be about your grandfather's age. Most of them. This particular Chiral is a long kind of rectangular blade. It's got a bit of a swoop that widens at the tip. It does not have a pointed tip. It has a wide, blunt tip. In the tapestries around it, it has a very distinct kind of royal blue. Like most regular Firestone has the same kind of light blue that all the lights down the hallway have, right? Because they're all Firestone lights. These swords all have unique shades of blue, and this one is almost an indigo.
Ooh.
This is one of the swords that is lost. As you guys kind of peruse through here, one of these statues is wielding the Aetius Chiral, which is the one that the king recently inherited. It has a crossguard that has 3 prongs to it, and a green crystal centered on it. It has kind of a light blue. One of them, over here, is your grandfather, when he looked much younger. And he carries a long, pointed sword that has a kind of teal glowing hue to it. And you know that the king has that one as well. There's another one with an almost purple hue, which is a long, straight blade with a square diagonal tip to it. And that is also one the king owns. There are 3 of these that are currently lost. But the king seems to have gone to great lengths to find and acquire all these tapestries. You would know, Beck, that this is a bit of an obsession of his. Ooh. As you guys get through the Hall of Stories, at the door, you will meet Bajeo, King's primary advisor, who stands at the door ready for you. Ah, I see. Pita, you have made it on time. That's good.
Ooh, hello.
Yes. I'm sorry for any complications I may have caused. I think everything will be cleared up in time. What is the plan here, guys? Are you guys keeping them disguised?
Beck still has his disguise up unless Cup chooses to drop it.
Cup is petering back and forth joyfully. Maybe a little too cheerfully.
Wait, if I'm disguising, I need a target of disguise. Am I right?
I still
Yeah,
vote
it's-
for truth.
The
Yeah.
disguise would currently be yourself, whoever's wearing the device which you have.
Well, Beck's understanding is if we want to actually talk about the truth, we have to get through the doorway first, and they're probably not going to allow Tugidon into the castle.
If we look, we're literally right outside the main chambers. If that was going to be a problem, it would have been a lot earlier.
They invited us
Yeah.
up here. It wouldn't be a problem to show up with Tugidon. They know we're coming.
Yeah, I
It
guess
is
you're right.
ultimately Cup's choice if she wishes to remove the glamour.
Cup is having a very good time looking like a common for once.
And I guess having one Gidon showing is probably enough for focus of discussion. And Cup can be happy.
They're gonna ask about where the other one is.
He ran away.
They'll have a heart attack once Cap remove the disguise. Oh my god, they're not a Gideon.
You should just take off the disguise.
Does
Why?
Peru say that too, Cup?
Why?
Because it's better to go with the honest truth than trying to worm our way around it after the fact.
We have your back.
Yeah.
Will kind of move her common hands around as she gives a long, hard, painful, antagonizing sigh. And she will look over to Beck.
He comes over and he kind of like kneels down and puts a hand on her head. He's like, I can put it back on for you later if you would still like to. And he will
can-
That
take,
too.
take the
You
little
can
charm off.
You can see the shine in her eyes bright up at that request as she returns back to her silly self and gives happy little clicks.
He gives her a head pat.
You could feel her leaning into it, almost like a dog.
Oh, that's a Gidon. Why do you have a Gidon? Ooh,
You should
Oh
be
my
so
goodness.
you
Oh
should
my
be
goodness.
surprised. You
there's
should be
two
so
of them now. There's two of them now. Does this one talk too? Is this also a talking one?
You've met Bojo before.
I have. I've met Bojo. Bojo's so cool. He's so awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Tell me, do you talk too? Do you say words? Say words to me. Talk to me. Talk to me like Bojo does.
Double click.
Oh, that's disappointing. Well, Bojo, you should teach your friend to talk. If that's a thing that you can teach, that would be very good. All right. Well, I am not going to question this because I am not in charge. This is not what my job is. My job is to get you here and to talk to you and to tell you all about the whole thing and tell you about my favorite things and tell you about the people that I like. And...
Vambi, come here. Come here. You wish to talk to them? Yes.
Yes.
Come
Well,
here.
do they
Come
talk?
here. Psychic whispers. You can establish telepathic communications between yourself and others, up to my proficiency mod. So,
But Jao will frown.
I'm
Your
going
psychic,
to-
your psychic link will fail.
hey, that's not fun.
We have to be nice with them.
Make a perception check there, Peru. Okay.
Yeah.
You notice that Bajeo will glance at you with his one good eye and grin. Beck, you can feel it in the air. You can feel it all around you. There is an aura, a massive aura of blocking. Thought speaking is not going to happen anywhere near your grandfather.
Huh.
As he opens the door, I hope you're ready.
That's worked before.
Sorry, I was taking notes.
Map is open. I'm going to
Are we
group
moving
up.
as a
Whoops.
group?
Yeah, we can do that. Let me grab everybody.
Oh.
As you enter, whoops,
He
hang
got
on.
stuck on the wall.
Yeah, they got stuck on the wall. Okay, as we enter the King's Court, you will see the big set of fire. There's large tables. There is food currently set, and on either of the tables there are the various generals of Raz's court. Bondi will excuse herself, and with a bow to the king, and a bow to Bajeo, and also Cass, she will leave.
And as we're going along, Pew's doing little hand waves to people as we go. And then she is starstruck. We'll probably leave opener to a
This
Kogi.
is scarier than I thought. Ooh.
You can see
Bushes.
You can see the king is currently sitting on a big old pile of pillows and having his big fluffy tail brushed by two ladies. No doubt part of his harem.
She
Pita
thinks to herself, that could be me.
Oh, what was that? Pita will step to the front of the group and bow with a grand flourish. My king, we have been requested to come forth with a for an assessment of our team composition for the games. And Raz will nod and say, "Yes, as it appears, as I understand it, my advisors and the organizers of the games were looking through the lists of competitors, and some of the ones on your list seemed to have nicknames instead of actual names. We need actual names, because this is about properly rewarding members of clans and things like that, especially in the end." Yes, sire,
Oh no, she's cooking.
Oh, she's cooking.
Ushers her hand towards Cup to come over and stand next to Bojo. Right in front of Beck, so he can...
Are they currently undisguised?
Yes.
Yes, well, my king, if I may, the reason for their names being different is because those team members are in fact Giron. Raz will kind of stroke his chin a little bit and throw a glance over at Cass, who will have a completely stoic expression. Give me insight checks on both her and Bajeo. One insight check will count for both.
Ah!
Sorry.
Can I insight to the king's thoughts on the matter?
Sorry.
Yeah, if you want to insight the king's thoughts, go for it. Okay. Piryu, you're paying attention to the king.
Pardon.
He doesn't seem to care. Like, he doesn't care if they're Giron or whatever. As far as it seems, he feels like, much like when he was on the stage platform earlier, giving the opening announcement. This whole thing is beneath his attention. By his estimate, he does not seem to care about this. So he's deferring entirely to his advisors on what to do about this. As the rest of you are paying attention to Bajeo and Cass, Beck, you'll know that your grandfather is a king, or was. He's always been one who's been open to new ideas. He's always been one who's been open to experimentation and delegation and letting people try things. So you get the feeling that he's open to the idea. Puru and Cup, both of you are paying more attention to Cass, who, although has a nearly unreadable expression, both of you have a bit of a wild side and are very knowledgeable about the feeling that you get from a predator. Someone stalking you. Especially Cup. Cup understands this feeling more than anything. The human, Cassiopeia, who stands up on the throne area, has the feeling that you get from most humans. That she wants things. She wants things to go a certain way. She wants to be in the advantageous position. And she seems to be gauging both what the point of Ptah wanting to have Gidon in his team would be, and also what benefits it would give the actual competition as a whole, and some other potential goal. But she's definitely trying to figure out what the point is of this. And she will kind of keep quiet about it. But Bajeo will speak up. He'll say, well, my king, I think if they want to risk using animals as part of their team format, that it doesn't seem like a smart idea for me. It would be an unpredictable element. The Gidon are stronger and faster than most common, but as far as problem solving goes, and as far as complex thought, they tend to be generally vastly inferior.
Cup's quills will kinda spike up that as she squints.
It's okay.
I like how your microphone got boosted at this moment.
Yeah, my bad. I don't know why my mic's being rigged recently.
That sounds fine now. When you came in, you're like...
My bad.
I'm gonna swear.
I'm gonna be racist.
Old mojo. Alright. We are coming up on time, but I do want to finish this scene, so we'll extend a little bit if everybody's okay with that. If nobody's got to run.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Are we coming
Alright.
up on time?
Only been about 2
Wait!
hours.
Oh, it's only 3! Haha, thank you. Okay.
Come
I was
we
like,
have a
my
whole hour
brain
here.
is
I was
being
like,
dumb.
2-hour session, alright.
I'm like, we ran out of time already? I was freaking out over here. That's on me. No. We've got time. We've got lots of time.
All
We
right.
Okay.
have at least another hour left, right?
Yeah, we do.
Wipes forehead?
Well,
Yes?
See, this is one of his problems. He's like, no, 3 o'clock and we're done. And it's like,
I'm like,
but
number
here-
3! It must have been 3 hours!
But here.
No, I want to play more. I was freaking out. My bad. Rewind, wipes forehead, all is well. Okay.
All is well.
Yes, the king will nod at Bajeo's suggestion. And Cass, what do you think? Well, this I will ask, Mr. Ptah, what would be the purpose of these party members being on the team? Well, one of our teammates is friends with a few of them, and so is another, and they seem to be perfectly civil, capable of speech even. It's truly uncanny, and we thought perhaps if they're able to do that, they could compete. Anyone else want to back me up on this? Yes, Prue, please.
We're in court right now. He's acting proper, waiting for his turn.
Oh, yes. And he will motion to you as you have raised your hand.
What's her title?
She is an advisor to the king.
But most people just call her noble.
Yes, she would be considered a noble by the common.
And she was asking exactly what are the benefits again?
Yes.
Noble cats. Some of the
She'll nod.
benefits would show that, despite our typical incline towards the Gidon race as a whole, that they can learn, that they can be befriended, and potentially even be an ally. Typically, Gidon are indeed seen as a danger out in the waste, as I am a common rule and I have experience with such. But Bojo and Cup here have proven that they are capable of higher function, as it were, and we can befriend them. And this competition is meant to bring us, the common, together and release some of our frustration, but it could also be as a sign of cooperation, showing that we can grow further along with other races.
She will step down from the podium. Excuse me. She will nod to Akogi. Akogi is slightly taller than Cass is. Cass, although is a human, if any of you have met humans in the past, probably not many of you have. Akogi and Puyu have probably run into one or two.
Well, we've run into 3 now, I think.
I mean,
With yesterday, we ran into one.
Yeah, we met
Oh
Laura
yeah.
down.
So Laura is much taller than Puyu and about the same height as Akogi. Cass is barely taller than Puyu. She is shorter. It's a clear indication that humans also come in a variety of heights and sizes, much like the common do, just less extreme. As Cass will walk up to Cup and Bojo, she will look at them.
I will bow politely.
Couple not bow, but more so stare up at her as she squints. Her coils are still kind of flared slightly.
She will nod at Bojo. Tell me. They say you can speak.
They are correct.
Interesting. There's a possibility. There are animals back on my homeworld who are capable of copying and mimicking speech. Possible that they have simply trained you in words to say. So I'm going to have a simple test, if you don't mind.
What is the test?
What is your favorite color, Gidon?
Let's say, I was raised in our monastery, and we had a lot of purple color, along with the orange and yellow. So I think all 3 of those are my favorite. I would
And-
say more favorite is purple.
And you like them because of your monastery upbringing.
Maybe so.
How long did you spend there?
Almost my entire life. But then I went on a mission and decided to share my experience and our teaching of the monastery and build the connection with Kamen.
If you were to participate in this competition and were to win and gain a boon from the king, what would you ask for?
I'm not sure yet, but I'm working on it.
Fair enough. An honest answer. He seems to be perfectly in control of his faculties. What about this one? What is your name, Gidon?
Cup.
Cup. like the drinking vessel.
Cup. Yes,
Interesting.
the things that you hold in your claws.
Interesting. Let me see. She'll kind of look around the group. She'll look around the group and look from party member to party member. How do you feel about that one?
He gives Cassie a look.
Apple kind of looks through the crowd of people. He is nice. Yeah. Protective? Protective. He is protective, but he is nice.
Yes. He seems that way, just by looking at him, but how do you feel about him?
You mean touch? Or like my emotions?
You decide.
Well, when I was next to him, he was soft, very well groomed. But I have no differing emotion about him. I've not known him yet. He's a stranger.
Some of these guys at the tables will kind of like chuckle to each other. This one, actually, no, make a perception check. Everybody can do this, but
Cup's ears will kind of switch.
Cup can make it an advantage.
Oh, okay. I'll re-roll that then. Perception, where is it? I just had it.
You did.
Nope.
All right. You don't notice this. You're very focused on answering your questions.
Our brain's going at 200% right now.
Most of the rest of you rolled really well. You'll notice that this one over here with the kind of pink hair and the red clothes will toss a small coin-like object, a little piece of something, over to this one, and kind of groan as he does so. This one will smile and drop it into a pouch.
He lost a bet.
Huh. Well, that's good enough for me. She will step back up onto the podium. She'll say, "My king, I am indifferent. I think, as far as I can tell, one of them might as well be a common, and the other, I can't help but think will potentially be a detriment to them, but not a detriment to anyone else. So, I approve." Bajeo will nod, because he likes how thorough her investigation was. Very well. Raz will step up from his pile of pillows and step to the front of the podium. He will raise his hands to quiet down the guys, who are, some of them, laughing and kind of murmuring amongst themselves. Very well. If both of my advisors agree that this is okay, then I suppose it shall be so. Let it be known that these two Gidon have been allowed participation into this contest. Go in peace. Know that they will not be persecuted for being what they are. I will, however, make sure that they are both presented with tags that they will wear that will indicate to others that they have been approved. These tags will, of course, bear the colors of the royal court, my banner, with the 3 stripes. As you see, he will motion over to his banners on either side of his podium. Beck, and anyone else who's been in this city for any amount of time, Puru, yourself included, we'll see above the podium, on the ceiling, not quite on the ceiling, but there's a mural on the ceiling that has an ornate kind of design of various different people holding empty spaces where there would be swords, but there are 3 that are currently holding the 3 swords that Raz currently has. He just has them mounted on the wall, no scabbards, glowing brightly. These are the 3 stripes on his banner are certainly representations of the fact that he has 3 of them out of the 6. Yes, as I will have on your way out, one of my generals will present you with a sash that will mark you as approved by my court, and you may go in peace. Thank you, my lord. The king, as Ptah will bow once again and turn to leave.
Thank you so much, Your Majesty. We will do a deep bow.
And bow as well.
He will nod.
We will do our best. Hold the breath.
Half-assed bow.
Good. Very good.
Beck shoots a glare at all three of them before he turns to leave.
Bajeo frowns.
He's good. He's frowning at Bajeo too. He's glaring specifically at Bajeo. He's just like, motherfucker.
The king goes back to his pile of pillows and continues to be petted. He's living the life.
What a bitch.
And as he does, the rest of the group, I'm going to move you as a group, as you all move to the entrance where one of the gentlemen over here will move to the group. Let me get him.
He looks like a sad emo boy.
Haha! This sad emo boy walks up to Ptah and Aoro and gives them a short bow. They give a little bit of a deeper bow to him. As this, let me show him.
Is he their clan leader?
Yes, he is.
Oh.
As they clearly recognize him as their clan leader. Ptah will stop and raise his hand to the rest of the group, and then motion over to Oinone. This is our clan leader, Noble Oinone. He is one of the king's circle, I suppose. He likes to call us his generals, but I don't really care. In any case, I've come and I have brought sashes for the two Gidon. And he will present 2 sashes, much like the one he wears, but with 3 stripes, as his should also have 3 stripes by now. He just hasn't had updated character art.
Hasn't done the laundry yet.
Yeah, he hasn't had his.
Thank you, General. Bojo, they want to give you something to wear. A gift.
We'll take the stash and stare at it for a moment as she begins to look where she wants to put it.
I will get it fit for you two once I finish our group outfits.
Oh, you're doing team uniforms, huh? That's cool.
This guy. They can't tell if this guy is making fun of him or not, so he doesn't say anything to them.
You want to incite him?
I do.
He's got
That's
terrible insight.
Cold sarcasm.
Oh! Cup sees everything.
Yeah, no, my boy can't tell, so he's just gonna keep his mouth shut.
What does Cup know?
Cup, you can tell that this guy really thinks the idea of uniforms is truly rad, and that he approves wholeheartedly. Even though his facial expression doesn't change in the slightest, he's got a vibe of excitement about him.
Cup will kind of skitter over to Beck and pull on the closest thing that she can. So I guess
He looks down is his cloak.
Can we modify the outfit? Bocho asks.
I don't care. As long as it's recognizable, I expect the people recognize that you're wearing the Queen's colors, and that'll be good enough, I guess.
I'm sorry, I'm now laughing at myself privately because, like, I keep looking at Beck's art and it's just so advanced.
He's so fancy.
It's so fancy. It's so funny.
I like
to me.
the sunglasses.
The sunglasses are sick. Sorry, I just love looking at his art because he's like super like high tech and advanced, and all of us are in like peasant clothing.
What do you mean peasant clothing?
Yeah, what do
Look
you
at
mean
the
peasant clothing? This is my comfy sweater.
You don't have
Like-
cool technology things on your tail. Cap's not actually saying that. I'm saying that as a player.
Yeah.
Me and Cap are like almost naked, so
I am naked.
yeah.
I have fur.
Did you need anything when you pulled on his cloak, or?
No, Cap was trying to tell you that she wants you to know that he thinks the idea of costumes are cool.
Beck incites whatever you're doing, and he also cannot understand why you are tugging on his cloak, so he just kind of looks back up. Emotional support Gidon needs to be trained.
Potty trained.
Super cool, yeah. Anyway, yeah, wear those around
Super
town.
cool.
You probably won't be like, you won't weird out the populace. They'll think you're all right, probably.
Maybe.
I don't know. People act different. Anyway, good luck out there. My contest is actually the first one, so I hope I'll see you there and that you guys will do good.
Thank you so
Well-
much, General. We won't disappoint.
Thank you, Noble Onorne.
Thank you.
Yes, well, good luck or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
And he'll just kind of kick back and put his feet on the table. In any case, are you guys leaving?
Yeah.
I guess so.
I think we're following her because she said something about training and strategy.
Yeah.
Yes. Alright, so we're gonna travel back down to the ground floor then. As you guys all ride down on another plate shell. Gotta put Pita and Daora with you guys this time. Shrimp is so huge.
Big shrimp.
Big shrimp. Yeah,
Yeah.
make it-
Feed it to
make
the
it
plate
loaded.
shell.
No, what?
Yeah, when the shrimp flew up onto the plate shell, would it try to eat it?
I mean, if it got close enough to its mouth, it might. But yeah, as you guys make your way down the wall, here you
No,
are.
don't go away.
Everybody falls to their deaths.
We're cats, practically. We'll land on our feet. It's fine.
Yeah,
Shattered ankle bones.
Maybe-
you've got
Maybe
you've got
you
like
have 9 lives, but Gidons don't have.
you've got essentially carbon steel bones, so you'd probably be able to survive quite a bit of a fall. All is well. All right. Okay, well, now that that's all done, now that we finally have all of that organized, we can discuss strategy for our new group. Tell me, are any of you proficient in hunting in any way?
Ah!
I am, as a Gidon, is quite fond of forests, so
Cup will raise both of our hands.
I can
Okay.
find small critters and bugs and things.
Good. That would probably be useful in this. Now, I'll explain it simply. Whoops, sorry, didn't mean to almost step on you there.
Oh.
I'll explain it
No,
simply.
just-
The way our clan does this particular game, it is designed originally for teaching children how to hunt. I believe it is going to be augmented to a certain degree for adults. Adults play it from time to time. It's really kind of a loose pastime. We like to go down into the root tunnels, you see, and we will plant small treasures around, and the idea is to go down there and find them before anybody else does. I imagine that there will be an adaptation to make it more complex, seeing as we're going down in teams, and there are supposed to be something like 16 different teams on the sign-up list. There's a lot of people participating in this. I'm actually impressed. In any case, I think one of the changes that they're going to be making to make it more complex is handing each team a treasure that they are supposed to keep. And the idea is that you should come out with that still in your hands, so you might figure out who we're going to give that to. As far as strategies go, I would say keeping your wits about you, not getting lost in the tunnels is kind of a big one. Keeping your eyes and ears out for other teams. And I do
Okay,
think.
so we have to play keep away. Are we also doing takeaway from another team?
I would suspect that is going to be part of the rules. If they're giving each team a treasure, I imagine that taking one from another team would be part of the job. I imagine you're supposed to come out of it with at least yours still in hand. You know, the idea is it's usually it's a hunting game. I think this time it is also a hunter and prey game. The idea is to avoid getting hunted, if you know what I mean. In the spirit of the games, I'm sure that they're going to have some kind of no harm rule or something like that. I doubt they want us fighting each other down there, but I wouldn't be surprised. It depends. Are there any questions? I'm actually I tend to do a lot of things on instinct. I know a lot about how to do this and good ways of success, but they don't immediately come to mind, if you know what I mean. If you have any questions, they'll jog my memory. I'll be able to just spill them out.
I have questions after Peru. She points towards his raised hands.
No, that
Or was
wasn't.
that
That wasn't signaling of knowing to hunt.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Some questions.
Pulling his hand up this whole time.
Wait, you want me to put? Fine, I'll put my hand down.
Yes. So then,
So what
if
is
you
the
have a
treasure
question-
like? Like, how heavy is it? How does it smell? How are we-
Normally, when it's played normally, it's usually a bit of jewelry or something like that. They're just hidden about. Normally something distinguishable, you know? Not particularly heavy, just something to find. They're usually easily hideable. Something you can stuff into a nook or a cranny. But also something that would be recognizable when you got back, you know, something difficult to simply replicate.
And what is the terrain of the tournament?
The terrain is going to be the root tunnels of this tree. You may be familiar with some of them. They are extensive. She'll glance over at Beck. What, you have something to say? An idea? If you're
He's lying. He's bad at lying,
Yeah,
but he just
if
says no.
If you're implying that these things can be simply replicated with a pack device, you'd be right. I would be. Most children don't run around with pack devices. They are potentially dangerous, as you understand. I suspect that they will be somewhat clever about how to keep adults from simply forging treasures.
Oh, something. Oh, this is quite unique. Probably something like this would be shown. Show off the champion belt he got.
I suppose there would have to be many of them. The idea is to collect a certain number in return.
Yeah. Well, I assume something like this. It is quite sizable, meaning it'd be difficult to replicate in this standard amount of time, and the energy requirements.
There are easier ways to prevent forgeries. And she'll point at your clothing, which has kind of a synthetic kind of feel to it. Does anyone wear anything that was never put in a pack before?
Although it's not
But
represented
in a
the
pack?
art, Curry's got the
Most
shoulder
of Beck's items would be because he forges them.
Okay.
I think
Cup has
you
her-
might, just because she would make her own little dangly things and all of that. But
Cup has her item.
Only have my clothes. That's it.
She does have her item. Are you presenting that item?
No.
Okay. What did you have, Puyu?
Like, she's not super duper rough and tumble, so she probably just got it and doesn't get thrown through tents and everything and just doesn't have to fix it.
Yes.
So most of her stuff would be fine.
Is that a jab at me? What are you?
Maybe the pants.
Doro will point at Puru's clothing and how it has kind of a synthetic-looking weave to it, and she'll point at Puyu's clothing and also at Bojo's clothing, which is also common made, but he doesn't carry a pack.
Yeah.
You can see by the fabrics and the way they're knit that they are distinctly different. Once you take a knit fabric, which is what most of common clothing is, and you put it through a pack, it's an easy way of cleaning it. It's an easy way of repairing tears and such. And she'll point to her own clothes, which are also the kind of synthetic looking all the way across, except for the little scarf that she wears around her neck, which is definitely hand knit, and you can tell the loops and the texture, and you can see that it is definitely like handmade. When you put something through a pack, it simplifies when it comes back. So clothing becomes a little more tightly knit, a little more smooth. I imagine if they're going to do anything like that, these the treasures that they'll be hiding will have some kind of knit fabric or some kind of stone attached or something like that. You yourself, Mr. Beck, are covered in all sorts of things that seem to be hand forged. You'll notice that they have the little divots and the little scrapes of having been sanded and polished and that kind of thing. Little tiny things and little divots, no matter how good your craftsmanship is. If you were to put those through a pack, they would come out smoother. There's a way to tell a difference. It's not all about size, Mr. Puru.
Are there still things in the tunnels?
Things.
Yeah, there's still grub bugs and such.
Ah, yes, there are many bugs down in the tunnels. While I've spent some time in the city, I have not spent a lot of time in the city. Generally, I am out in the white at our tree. But I have spent some time here. Pitta will speak. Oh yes, we have actually our own home tree. A few days' ride out of the city. It's a small one, but we're growing it.
Very nice.
Yes.
Growing it. I don't think I can do that.
I have a question.
Yes.
How many teams are working, are playing in the game?
At the moment, there are 16 teams signed up. As it stands, the idea behind each contest is to whittle that number down by half each time in a tournament bracket style. So there'll be 16, and then 8, and then 4, and then 2, and then a champion.
So during this hunt, we'll be facing off against another team.
You'll be facing off against 15 other teams.
Yeah.
I
Well, if
believe the question is all at the same time, or us
Well, you
and
said-
the second team in our bracket.
Yeah, you
against
said
each other.
bracket style.
I'm sure it will be explained when we arrive. I'm sure I do not want to steal Noble Oinone's thunder on this, but the idea is that everyone will be going in at the same time.
Then let's go to practice.
Well, the issue there I see is if too many of the treasures are taken, lots of teams are just going to naturally fall in the same place, and potentially even more than the requisite 8 that need to be.
I'm sure that's been accounted for. I don't know all of the rules of the way it's going to be. I'm sure it will be explained. In any case, as far as practice goes, we can go down into the tunnels and spend some time there. Learn some of how the tunnels tend to go. Because they are root tunnels, they move over time. And because we have a week, there's a certain amount of training we can do, but I doubt we'll be memorizing any tunnels or anything like that. So, if there's anything else that you would like to prepare during this week that you think will help you with more quickly locating objects in tunnels or running into people or anything like that, then I would get to it.
Then I will be heading back home. And Beck just starts typing away and packing up some stuff.
Very well.
Bye, Beck.
Oh, that they
Don't die in the tunnels.
Cup gives a.
You're gonna have to go in the tunnels yourself.
Mm.
What was that, Cup?
Cup just waves away.
Beck waves the cup.
Very interesting. All right. Well, so what we're going to do here, because you have a week to prepare, we're going to have a little time skip and kind of jump to when it starts. But during this time, I'll say you guys have been kind of learning and everything how the root tunnels work. A lot of the root tunnels, while they used to be part of the city, and there are remains of old houses and things down there, because the roots move, if they're not constantly maintained, they tend to get just kind of crushed and smashed into the dirt, and there's just like bits of housing and stuff remaining in the tunnels. They don't move very fast, but over the course of a decade, they move enough, right, to kind of level the playing field. Nobody lives down there anymore. Most of the populace of Rubrandi has been moved up into the sides of the tree instead. The root tunnels are extensive. There's one set of root tunnels at the center of town, which goes down into a small grouping of tunnels, which Puru and Akogi and Bojo are very familiar with. And at the end of them, there's a big door that, no matter how hard he tries currently, Puru can't seem to open the thing. I imagine you try a couple more times throughout this week.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a couple more thieves tool checks.
I think int based or using a different skill.
They would be int based because this is
I would try.
Arcana.
I would
Beck
definitely
goes
try.
out- Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I would definitely try a bit more times, but considering we're gonna be dealing with the tree roots, Peru would also spend some time with the staff trying to actually figure out how it works.
So,
okay.
often random question.
Yes.
Because Gidon are like 800 pounds, if I'm running fast enough and I body slam into someone, would that work?
They'll
Yes.
probably have the rib cage broken. But yeah.
So
Fantastic.
yes,
I'm going to be a bullet.
the way that's represented actually with Gidon, that is a common hunting tactic of theirs. The idea is they grapple, and if two Gidon grapple the same target in the same like back to back, right? In the same round, if they both grapple and succeed, that person is knocked prone, which, gives them disadvantage at all kinds of things. The idea is Gidon beat you to the ground and then they JoJo strat you until you're dead.
I'm gonna have,
Fantastic. I'm so excited.
I want Beck to bring down snacks for everyone, but he gives Akogi a special bag for Cup to hide snacks around the tree roots so she can practice hunting and looking for items.
Okay.
Little fucking dog.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Bojo will be like experimenting and thinking about the shapes of the astral hands.
Mhm.
Maybe like use in his advantage.
Cool. So lots of meditation there.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess it will recover my key points.
as you guys spend the week preparing and going around town, and, hiding snacks for Cup to hunt, and meditating and practicing with your meditating and analyzing your staff. Puru, do you ever ask Beck for help with your staff at all?
No.
Okay, just on your own then.
Yeah. So,
Make me an
Is-
Arcana check then, Puru.
He's independent.
He's very independent. Okay,
yes.
that's pretty good. You know that there is one setting that you're aware of, and it will. I'm gonna put one for reference here. Hang on.
Summon the snap tree root.
Yeah. Let me see here. So, when you do it, and this is not being done currently, it summons a root this size.
Large. Is that large or huge?
Yeah, it's 4x4.
Okay,
It's
huge snap root
It's huge.
tree.
Yes, and anything caught in it kind of works like a fireball, right? Anything caught in it has to make a dex save. And if they succeed the dex save, they're fine. They get away. But if they fail the dex save, then they're caught in it, and they are considered trapped. And if they're trapped for more than one round, they are considered paralyzed.
And how many
Because of
charges does the staff have? You said about 3, right?
It has 3, yes.
This is an
How
action, I would assume.
long does it last? The area, or it's like one.
It
one
remains there. And then it's an avoidable thing, but it becomes a huge obstacle.
So he just grows a permanent root.
Yeah.
Ay.
Oh, so it's like difficult terrain, I get.
Not even difficult terrain. It's a straight up blockage. It's like putting a
Oh.
boulder. So if he summons it in a hallway, you're not getting through that hallway.
And that's per long rest or charges?
Per long rest. It takes
Can
a
you
while
chop-
to recharge.
We make
Can you chop it down with axes?
Yes, someone called?
for the week, since we're doing stuff, and because this might end up being useful in the root tunnels as well as during the dodgeball, can I make the reflective vestments this week?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You've got crafting time. Okie dokie. Let's see here.
A Kogi will knock on Beck's door. Depending on the week.
Sometimes he answers, sometimes he doesn't, but he does, like, occasionally he will go to the door and answer, and he's dressed entirely differently than you normally see him. Just straight up, like, smithing clothing, oil, rust, like, all the work stuff.
Hi Beck, I wondered, would you like any help with knitting the team outfits?
He pointedly looks you up and down before taking a moment and looking back into the room, and then giving you a nod and stepping out of the way of the doorway.
A Kogi will enter Beck's house
Ah.
and say, I brought some needles, so that we have different sizes. Obviously, the Gidon and the Rose are bigger and smaller. So, do you have materials, team colors picked?
He is going to take you. So in the living room, as you walk in, you can see a whole mess of fabrics and items and materials that wouldn't be commonly used for making, like, decorative wear. All draped over, like, furniture and some of the stuff. But there is one spot, it's like a nook in the tree that has, like, a little bed, and he gestures to it that you can sit there and work if you like. It's like a cozy little spot with, like, lanterns above it or lighting above it. But he will bring over some of the materials for you to choose what you'd like and show you, like, diagrams of what he has for colors and design.
Okay. And a Kogi will start to knit little team sweaters. Or whatever we're doing. Team sashes? I'm not sure.
Probably sashes to make it easier for people to wear.
Okay. A Kogi will knit team sashes.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe Bojo will also talk to Cap a little bit during the week.
What you talk about?
Bojo gives her a small book with some fairy tales and like I would say hakis of like the monastery. Kind of like a little stories, kind of like short poems.
Yeah.
And Bojo says, I don't know if you like interested or you want to read, but here's a gift for you. And he gives Cap a book.
Astra, are you there?
Mhm.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
My-
Sorry.
My headset died. What did Bojo do?
I gave you a small book of fairy tales and stories from the monastery.
Cup will take the book gently into her claws, trying her best not to tear the cover, as she gives a soft trill, looking up to Bojo with her big old wet eyes. She wants to cry as she tucks the book close to her chest and gives. Thank you. I
he-
appreciate this.
He doesn't know how to react on Cap crying, so he bows furiously and like leaves.
Oh,
Cup will stand there holding her book as she pauses all of her thoughts for a singular moment. And
he has
kindness
given
was
Cup a
shown.
book.
Cup has received a book. The knowledge is going evermore.
All right. So, Beck and Akogi spend the week creating uniforms for dodgeball in advance. Huru spends the week tinkering around with a door to no success, and
staff.
learns his staff and knows what his button does. Cup and Bojo have been hanging out and exchanging books. Puyu, what do you do with the week?
Yeah. So we note that that Akogi is busy, but we did make a promise, and so Puyu will take it on herself to help Akogi's human friend with the walker, and I can take him on to walks through the tunnels, and then I can get used to the tunnels here too.
Walking through the tunnels. Okie dokie. Let me pull him out here for you. Whoops.
That art is so dramatic.
That's very dramatic. He's losing his mind. Okay. As the two of you walk through the town and walk through the root tunnels, the root tunnels are mostly vacant. There's a couple of other people, children, who kind of run around through the root tunnels playing some game, probably something like the scavenger hunt. The whole time, Scale does not seem to really make eye contact with anyone. His expression barely changes ever. What do you do as you walk?
I'll make sure to hold his hand so he doesn't get lost or wander off.
He definitely flinches the first time you try and hold his hand, but then kind of eases into it.
Mm-hmm. And
Mumbles something about part of the branch, something about the leaves.
I don't think there are leaves in the root tunnel, so Puyu will look around a bit confused. And one thing about Puyu is she did not hang around Common as much for like the recent bit before a relocation, and she actually became really into hanging out with bugs. Bugs are so cool, and she can kind of talk with them, and they don't judge her, and they're very fun to hold into the hands.
There are definitely lots of bugs down in the root tunnels. Some of the ones that you run into are floss mites, and you know that they are harmless. They kind of look like this. Let's see here. And you know that they're
That's good.
yeah, they're harmless little bugs. The Gidon eat them, yes. They are the source of the yarn for a lot of it's kind of a silk, really kind of a flossy silk that they're the source of. They're used for more dainty type of fabric making, right? Whereas Kyriakodon fluff under their shells, the yarn is used for thicker kind of clothing. This stuff is used for lighter, but they are kind of a small hand-sized insect that tends to climb around on the inside of root tunnels. They feed off the sap of the tree. You also occasionally run into some of these. There are Krurvexes. They also tend to feed from the tree sap, but if they can, they do their best to attempt to grab onto people, and they kind of work like a leech. They want your blood. They're not super duper fun. Another type of bug that you run into a lot in the root tunnels are these wood slugs. They tend to be a slow-moving but quick burrowing creature. So if you ever find them on the surface, they're pretty easy to catch, but once they're in the wood, they move very quickly. These are the favored food of plate shells. But as you find a variety of bugs, what do you do with them?
Yeah. And so, for the first bit, we point them out and enthuse as they go about, and then we will, a little bit later in the week, we will try and coax one of the floss mites with animal friendship if need be to be held and encourage Gale to touch the fluffiness.
He will hold the bug and touch the fluffiness. He seems... Make an insight check for me.
Yeah. I mean, we're almost at the end of the episode anyway,
Yeah.
so
He seems
it won't
to kinda-
hold for... Well, it won't hold over, I'm assuming, so we can birthday 20.
Yeah, you can if you want to, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, you can tell that while there's a moment while he's holding the bug that you've kind of reached him, that he's there. Just for a couple of minutes while he's holding the bug. And you can see that he's calmed, like where usually his eyes tend to move around a little jerkily, like he's looking over his shoulder all the time. He definitely calms down and kind of eases.
Mm-hmm. And while it's still on a good note, we'll eventually let him know it's time for everyone to go home. We'll see about putting the floss mite back onto the space where it was.
As you set it back, he will look at you with actual calm eyes. And he'll ask you, how do you talk to them? To the bugs, they seem to do what you want.
Well, they think too. Like, we can speak to each other, they also talk and communicate. And she sort of, shows with the hand that they respond to things getting close, and so if you think a lot, you can think with them. She'll point to his dingly bit.
Oh, you mean thoughts picking. Oh, so you can do it too. So dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't open yourself up to others. You shouldn't talk to the bugs that way. That's how they get you.
Okay.
Do Do you know this already? Is that why you don't wear the beads?
I mean, it can be dangerous to thought speak with people too.
Very.
So. But the bugs are nice. These bugs are nice.
The leaves aren't. The branches. Tree. Don't speak to the tree.
I don't think I can.
It'll try.
Tree.
The tree always
Okay,
tries.
it's okay. Well,
It wants to find them. It wants to find it. Him.
we should say goodbye. Should say goodbye to Frostmite and head back to rest. As Pew tries to distract him back from definitely a more spicy train of thought.
On the walk back, like within minutes of putting the Flossmite away, he kind of very quickly reverts back to his normal kind of flighty self, where he's like looking over your shoulder and everything. He's just very unsure in his steps. But you lead him back to the medical tent.
I think he had a good day today, but I think he's tired.
The doctors will thank you for taking the time to walk him around.
I might be. I've been enjoying these walks, but I might be busy for a couple of days with the competition.
Yes, well.
And sorry Akogi couldn't make it. She's also really busy too.
Well, the doctors thank you for walking around, and they wish you good luck and hope that you aren't going to get hurt. They're bracing themselves for impact over here.
And that's about how the week goes.
They're just sure they're going to get absolutely flooded with broken bones the first day. But yes, as the week comes to a close and we're getting really close to the announcement and everything. Dun dun dun. People be discussing. I'm reading the side chat here real quick. Yes. Good.
The birthday 20, does that carry over next week or no?
Yeah, I'll let you have it.
I mean, if not, because I can have a...
You didn't really have an opportunity to use it this week, and
no, that's not
He
true.
nabbed one birthday 20. It's all good.
Pew got to connect with a difficult to connect with NPC, yeah. So there's that.
I have a good use for it, alright?
Alright.
Okay.
At the end of the week, people start to gather at the center of the town, near the central root tunnel pillar. I'm just gonna move most of you over there.
Kind of surprised you didn't use your B-Day 20 on the staff.
Yeah,
Right?
it's because I legitimately forgot about it until Reeve used hers, and I was like, oh, right.
Alright. I'm moving a couple of people over there. You guys move the rest of you.
You see, I was keeping an eye out to use it on Raz, but didn't quite come up, which is all good. So I got to use it to help someone.
I can
Alright.
use it for something real quick.
Let's see here.
We're missing Cup. Has anybody seen her?
Cup was busy reading. She quickly notices that she was too busy. She skitters.
Let's see
Oh,
here.
there she is. Hello, Cup.
Oh my god, he's sparkling.
He's so sparkly.
I hate him.
We are all decked out in our outfits. I'm
So
assuming
shiny.
that we gave it to the team and dressed everyone up before coming and meeting up. So you got the deep purples of this clan. These two.
Oinone clan?
Yeah, we've got some reds, we've got golds, and we've got little trinkets of the sanguine metal Beck forges to add that light effect.
Which does?
Depending on if we if we want to have a conversation about it later, I want
Yeah.
it to reflect like kind of like almost invisibility. So
Okay.
uh
Yeah, we'll talk about it more later then.
yeah, because I'm like, I don't know
Okay.
how far it could go because it could be useful. Beck's trying to make it as useful as possible. So if it's reflective enough where you can just like almost seem invisible, it could work in the tournament and in the tunnels where it's dark
Okay.
to add stealth.
Cool. We will talk about that some more later then. That's a cool idea. Okay, as everyone gathers at the center pillar of root that goes up a little ways and then connects to the wall, bit of a meeting point, you will see that Noble Onene happens to be here waiting for you, as the leaders of some of the other more prominent teams have also joined. All 16 teams are all gathered here in a big circle kind of crowd, as the Noble will nod to everyone as they approach and kind of occasionally slightly wave. Yo. What's up? Hey. Hey.
Hi.
Greetings.
What's up? Alright. So, welcome to the first contest of the, the first challenge of the contest. Whatever, I don't know what it's called. This is the Oinone game that I have organized. There will be various... we have cameras down in the root tunnels that are supposed to be watching the game, and also broadcasting to watchers who are in various places throughout the city. Supposed to be a kind of unifying thing, so there will be people cheering. Maybe they'll be cheering for you. Good luck with that, I guess. Be cool. The game, the competition here is called Hunter and Prey. It is a traditional Oinone contest, normally played by children, but we've juiced it up severely for adults because you all seem like you probably would get bored with the basic version of it. So, this is the way Clan Oinone used to train its hunters and gatherers, and the reason the clan is so prominently used on hunts and exploration of the white. We are the primary hunter-gatherers for Rubrandi, and I think that this game is a big part of it. Each team, all 16 teams that are gathered here, will have a team scepter. You have to choose somebody in your team, I guess, to hold it. And he'll hand out, with a couple of his assistants, he'll hand out a small wooden rod engraved with your team name, as he will hand to Peta a small wooden rod that says Team Picoro on it. Throughout the root tunnels below the city, we've hidden several chests that contain hunt tokens, and he'll hold up a little purple stone. Looks to be hand chipped and carved into a point, and it has a little metal ring that's been put through a loop in it, through a hole in it, and it's got a little streamer of knit purple cloth that has a nice gradient to it. Goes from a dark purple to a light purple. This is a hunt token. Each of the chests down in the root tunnels are going to have one of these in it. Your objective is to return to the center of the ground floor, right here where we are. You see that bit of a ring in the root, right? You see that ring in the floor? If you can get into this circle with having acquired 3 hunt tokens and holding 2 team scepters, then you're marked as safe. 16 teams are going to enter, but the first 8 to complete this task move forward. Anything goes, of course, but for the purposes of the sports festival Unity, there's one hard rule, and that's no killing. this guy will audibly grunt. Common pastimes can be pretty dangerous, so play at your own risk, but purposeful slaying will not be tolerated, and if we find that, if we watch it, because it'll be watched, if we watch that, then you'll be disqualified, because it's supposed to be for a unity thing, so we're trying to keep it civil, if you can possibly do it. Purposeful slaying. Killing somebody. Don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that's basically it. So he'll hold up a bell, a small crystal bell. So all right. So there are entrances to the major route tunnels all the way over here and over there and also over there and over there. Don't go in this one. This one doesn't lead anywhere. Don't ask anybody about where it leads, because it doesn't matter. So on your marks, go ahead and run to one of the tunnels and set
Ooh, nice.
go, and he'll ring the bell.
Those are good.
Oh gosh.
Those are
Can I lead them to the tunnels I've been walking in?
Embroidered swoosh.
Sure, yeah.
Nike swoosh.
Yeah.
These guys are
We'll
running.
We'll follow
Yeah,
Piru
we're running as
like a
well.
wild animal. Truly.
All right.
I'm running on all fours.
And I don't know if everyone saw, but did people broadly like my idea of the team distribution before? Where Akogi mainly focuses on helping us coordinate our search. Either myself or Bojo holds on to our team scepter. And yeah, Beck and Peru do their best to hunt with Cup? Or is there a better arrangement?
I think Peru should have the scepter.
I
Yeah,
agree.
But
with
we also need him to fight.
I can hide it.
I agree
Okay.
Yeah, you
with-
just
yeah.
They never said anything about hiding it.
you're just carrying it on your person.
The only thing I think is that Beck should probably be with me to coordinate, because he doesn't seem to be quite as combative. No offense.
None taken.
Yeah, can we split and should we split, because it will increase our chances in finding items.
I
but
don't.
also we will be more susceptible to possible attacks.
Well, I mean, technically, the armor should make it harder to spot you. But I guess if the team is attacked, we won't have as many people like guarding the scepter. So if our team, who has the main objective point, is intercepted by a whole team, we would be at a great disadvantage to keep it from them.
Yeah.
I don't think we should split. We should just run quickly.
Yeah, that's true.
So ready?
Have the Gidon scout ahead.
Yeah, sure.
They have. They're
we
very
also
sensitive.
have-
Let's go.
Yeah, we also have good survival skills, so we can.
A
Help.
question for the DM: because we are Gidon, do we get advantage in this situation?
Advantage in actually, yes, your sight is further.
But before we go, right? Hands in the middle, everyone.
Beck just looks at you.
Come on, Beck. Hands in the
I'll do
middle.
it. I'll do it
He
for
puts his
Bojo.
hands in there.
Yeah, put it as well.
Okay. Ready? Set? We say our team name at the end of the count of 3. So, 3, 2, 1. Team
Akora!
Akora!
Yes.
Yay.
And zoom.
Well, I was gonna
And
say,
zoom.
as we touch hands, I'm gonna connect my mind back with Akogi.
Okay.
So we can talk to each other.
You're trying to connect to Beck?
Yes.
Beck. Yes or no?
Ooh. How? You know what? No.
Do you
it's
want to be a
Peru.
loser?
You just been blocked, bro.
Bruh.
He knows it's Peru that's doing it, right?
Yes, he does.
Yep. No.
What the fuck?
Left on red.
Am
Alright, fine, PU is part of it.
Am I still connected? Even
Yeah.
okay.
You get connected.
Fine, I choose Pew then. Since you
Okay.
don't want it.
To reconnect to Pew and a Kogi. Okay, so let me take a couple notes here. Let's see. Peru, Pew, a Kogi. Connected. Okay, and who's holding the staff in the end? The scepter? Peru is? Okay.
It's gonna hide it in his clothes.
Scepter.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Alright, so that's where we'll have to wrap up then, because the next bit is going to be extensive. But I will show you guys what the next map looks like. So quickly I'm going to pause. And this is the first tournament arena that you get to see.
Ooh, look, a tunnel.
Ooh, Now, Cup and Bojo can see almost twice as far as you guys in the dark. So the map reveals to them a lot more easily than it reveals to the rest of you.
Which means it reveals a lot more easily than the other teams as well.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, that's where we'll leave off.
Hey,
for next
Leah.
time. But hey, thanks for playing with me, guys. That was fantastic.